What's up guys, my name is Ace, and it looks like we're going to be seeing a brand new division as well as brand new basic training skills this coming Tuesday with DLC 4 on PS4. And for the other platforms, Xbox and PC, on Tuesday they will be getting the update, but they won't be getting the DLC until 30 days later. Yesterday, Sledgehammer mentioned that they are postponing their community update this week until Monday, because on Monday they're going to be sharing a lot of details about this new division as well as new basic training skills. Now, unfortunately, that's the only information we have at this point, so they haven't even hinted at what kind of division this is going to be or what kind of basic training skills these are going to be. They just said on Monday they're going to have their updates, and then Tuesday is when the update will hit. At least that's normally when we get updates. They did surprise us with one update on a Monday once, but most likely Tuesday is when we'll get this big update. And also with this update, it does seem likely that we'll have a brand new event coinciding with the DLC like we usually do, which means new weapons, and also it looks like we might see some more weapon balancing changes to the existing guns in the game. So it definitely seems like it's going to be a very big week for CoD WW2, which is good because a lot of people are looking for something to carry them through at least until the Blackout beta for Black Ops 4. Now, even though they didn't really give us an indication of what this division is or what these basic trainings are, we can speculate a little bit on what the division is going to be called based on leaks from a very long time ago. In the background, Sledgehammer has been toying around with various division ideas for many months, and pieces of those divisions have been found in the code, although in a live stream where they discussed the fact that they had been playing around with different divisions, they said that a lot of what they're playing around with is never going to make it to the final game. It's just stuff they kind of toy around with and see how it works and everything like that. And it's constantly changing, and you never know what's going to make it in. But we do have a leak from several months ago. This is actually before the division's update, if I remember correctly. We had a leak that showed the names of 3 divisions that were in the code that were being worked on. These divisions are Grenadier, Commando, and Scout. Now, at the time, the Grenadier division had the rifle grenade, and it also essentially had Blitzkrieg, or what we now know as the Blitzkrieg basic training, built into that division. But it seemed like they scrapped the Grenadier division at that point, and instead, they went with their division's update, where you no longer had an attachment that was tied to a division, and then they just added Blitzkrieg as a basic training skill. So it does look like Grenadier was scrapped back then, but I mean, it is still possible that they would bring a division with the same name that just happens to have different perks attached to it. So personally, I do feel the division we're getting on Tuesday is either going to be Grenadier, Commando, or Scout. Of course, I could be wrong. This is just speculation based on leaks from a very long time ago. Things may have changed, and we really don't have any indication of what kind of perks these divisions are going to be having. As for the potential weapons that we may be seeing on Tuesday, we had a weapons list leaked from the code about 4 months ago now, and on that weapons list, it was a bunch of guns that we hadn't seen yet at the time, and several of those guns have since been added, like the ZK383, the Ribby Roll, the sword that was added to the game, as well as the Mosin Nagant. There are several other guns that are on that list that were in the in-game code, so clearly they had at least been working on them at the time, and I feel it's quite likely we'll see at least some of these unreleased weapons on Tuesday. So let's go over the list of the guns that are on that list that we haven't seen yet, that we will likely be seeing soon. First up, we have the KG M1921, which is technically classified as an LMG, but from the looks of it, they would probably do something like the BAR, where it would end up fitting in the rifle category instead of the LMG category, just based on its magazine capacity. Next up on this list, we have the Austin Submachine Gun. We may be seeing this one. For the next two, I'm not even going to try to pronounce these. They're both Polish SMGs. I'll just put them up on screen for you guys, because I literally have no clue how to pronounce them. But there you go, we got those 2 SMGs there. Next, we have the EMP-44, which is a German submachine gun. It looks very ugly, very interesting. And finally on this list for guns that we haven't seen yet that are in the in-game code, this is the FM2429 LMG. So I do think it's very likely on Tuesday we'll at least see 1 or 2 of these guns that are on this list. And perhaps we will see guns that aren't on this list as well. We have seen that in the past as well. This list didn't contain every single gun that we've seen in the past 4 months, just some of those guns. So therefore, maybe 1 or 2 of the guns on this list, and maybe a few different guns that aren't on this list. And personally, out of that list, the one I'd want to see the most is the EMP-44, simply because it's such a unique looking gun, and I think it would be pretty cool to have. And with that, that's pretty much it for today's video. Unfortunately, not much confirmed at this point, so we just have to go off of old leaks and speculation. But out of all those division names, which one would you like to see the most? Either Grenadier, Commando, or Scout? And also, out of that list of weapons, which one are you most interested in seeing? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.